Hi, I'm Brett Matzell. I am the Chief Technology Officer of Open Market, a software services company in the healthcare space. At Open Market, we are currently using IronOCR for one task, which is saving us $40,000 a year. We have multiple other projects that IronOCR could help us out with. We were collecting checks from our vendors, and we had someone manually go through and put it into our general ledger. Since then, we've automated that entire process with IronOCR, and something that used to take us 40 hours a week now takes 45 minutes. Before IronOCR, we had 2 to 3 people working on invoicing every week. Because of IronOCR, we could allocate people to high productivity tasks rather than working on manual tasks like typing in numbers from a piece of paper. And IronOCR runs off of Tesseract. We didn't have to worry about getting up to speed, cleaning up the check information, and IronOCR has a lot of different ways to clean that up for you that other packages don't have. It cleaned up that data for us. It paid for itself immediately. My favorite feature of IronOCR has to be the fact that you can just get up to speed very quickly. They use NuGet packages that you can use right away without a purchase and start testing right off the bat. At Open Market, we had such success with IronOCR and our billing side. We're now moving that into the healthcare side, where there's actually a lot more benefit for us. We know that IronOCR is going to be able to scale very easily to the higher load that's coming up in the future. So at Open Market, we are a competitor to 2 very large vendors. The biggest ways we provide our service at a much cheaper cost is removing all these paper processes that IronOCR helps us with. When evaluating IronOCR, we looked at Spose, Surprise, Tesseract, and Lead Tools. I would definitely recommend IronOCR to others. The price is right, the technology works perfectly. There's really nothing negative I could say about them.
This is IronOCR. This is one of our products, which is one of the 10 products that we have here at Iron Software. All of these can be purchased individually or form a suite of products, which make a complete document conversion library. But today we're focusing on IronOCR, OCR being optical character recognition. My name's Darren. I'm on the sales and licensing team, and with me today is Chipego, who's one of our sales engineers. Okay. So I'm just going to give a quick introduction to OCR software if you're not entirely familiar with it. We're going to go through the product features of IronOCR specifically, industry use cases, examples of how OCR can be used. Chipego is going to give us a live product demo. We're obviously going to talk about licensing, and there will be a Q&A and free giveaway at the end. So if you have any questions, you can put them into the chat, and we'll go through those at the end. So, starting off, as you're here, the first question you're going to be asking yourselves is, as you're shortlisting OCR software, the operating system and the platforms that it is going to be run on. Can I run the software on my systems? And with our approach with IronOCR is to try and make it available for as many operating systems as possible, and wide-ranging support. So the idea is that you can just install the library, just a couple of clicks, and get up and running, insert your input document or PDF or image, and get results within 5 minutes. That's the approach that we've taken, trying to get you there quickly and easily, without having to learn the deep, complicated parts that exist in the OCR engine that we've hidden away for you. So starting off, IronOCR, sorry, Chipego, if you'd like to step in,
Yes.
some of the technical details.
Sure. So yeah, you run the engine that we run in the background is Tesseract 5. This is a library that has open source OCR library that has been maintained by Google The only thing is that it's really hard to use for someone who isn't very who hasn't worked with it before. So that's the aim of IronOCR, to make sure you can get up and running in just a few steps. So we we have been able to put together 125 language packs. That means you could read most languages that your customers might be using. So you'll also be able to read both text and barcodes. So the barcodes, the text could be in the PDF or images, and so could the barcodes. So we also have the ability to read specialized documents such as receipts. We can read the grids and get specific information, license plates, passports, photos of documents you might have taken, screenshots. Also, when it comes to input, we support all kinds of images as well as PDFs. You can also do your image correction within the application instead of before running the OCR. So, and all this can be done asynchronously and on multiple cores at the, yeah. So with, I think as you can see in the results, you're able to extract structured data from images or PDFs, and you could either get a searchable PDF, which is what's mostly used, or export it as an HTML, or extract a page as an image, or to read a QR code. You can get the information from a QR code or a barcode. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can move on now.
So a lot of these features are not included in Tesseract as standard, and their IronOCR is built on top of Tesseract and added a lot of these features, taking out the need for that pre-processing. A lot of these have been things that we've added to the library over time, but there have been some specific customer requests for specific use cases that they had around OCR, and we've built those into additional features. So if you don't see a feature that you would like in the library, we are very receptive to receiving ideas and then building them out, adding them to the library, and then everyone can benefit from those features. Moving on. So one of the biggest uses of OCR is going to be digitization. That's taking either physical documents or taking a PDF example that exists already, but is not searchable. That's going to be more and more common as everything moves to digital archiving of documentation, and no one wants to have masses of paper documents lying around, so digitization solves that. It also can help reduce, if you write a paper document, you use OCR to scan it, it's going to do the manual entry for you because all of that text is then usable within your application. So it is going to cut down on search times. So if you're putting that document into a document management system, all of that data is now searchable. So you don't have to physically search through paper documents. There is a digitized record, and yeah, it's gonna save a lot of time. Efficiency, yeah, that's just what's covered. Compliance is something that can mean different things to different people. And really all of those are covered with IronOCR. We have the GDRP compliance. The OCR library is installed on your systems. So you're not sending the documents to us to process. They're all done on your machines. All of that data is safe and secure. It doesn't get transmitted across the internet. Compliance can also mean PDF standards. So we have support within our products for PDFA, which is a archiving standard for long-term archiving. That's something that a lot of governments have regulations for. As well, PDF UA, which is for accessible documents. So a digitized document needs to be able to be read by someone that is visually impaired, and the software will add tags and be able to communicate with the reading software so that it is accessible to everyone. And as Chipego touched on before, we have support for 125 languages. So whatever language your document is in, it will be read by IronOCR successfully. Moving on, we have highlighted on our website with real customer use cases and testimonials. These are just a selection of the industries that our customers represent, with real world use cases that our engineers have talked with our customers about, helped them get set up. So if you have a use case, we've probably seen it before. If you don't see it on this list, then we'd be interested to see, and maybe you can add a case study to our website. I'll hand over to Chipego now so he can demonstrate some of the functions of IronOCR that we've mentioned so far.
Okay. Darren, could you please stop sharing? Okay, thank you. All right, yes. So in our demo today, we're going to look at three common use cases of IronOCR. So the first would be PDF accessibility. So in the previous slide, I think 2 slides ago, Darren was talking about compliance, right? So in many of our customers' cases, they are expected to comply with standards when distributing information in PDFs or archiving information. So this could be a government mandate, or it could be down to just down to the company itself for long-term storage. Yes. Darren, could you let the audience know why PDF UA is important?
Sure. I believe I touched upon it briefly. It's important so that so in PDFs it's PDF UA, but there's also America has legal legislation, so does Europe, a lot of other countries, that says that the World Wide Web, the internet, has to be accessible to everyone. And part of that is people that are visually impaired. So a lot of the time they will have a piece of software that will narrate to them what's on screen, so that they can understand what is in the document, what's on websites. PDF UA is how that applies to the PDF document specifically. It's in the background, it's done with tagging and document structure, and we're going to see an example today of a non-PDF UA PDF, and how IronPDF applies the IronPDF and IronOCR apply those tagging to a newly created PDF, and we can then use another piece of software or service to verify that that is now compliant.
Okay, thanks for that. So now, yeah, we'll go straight into converting a regular PDF, that a PDF that does not comply to PDF UA, into a compliant PDF. So we're gonna get this PDF named myPDF.pdf, and yeah, so we've uploaded it to VeraPDF. VeraPDF, as you can see, is a PDFA and PDF UA validation site. So this would be the go-to place to check how well your PDF complies to the standards. So yeah, we're gonna press next. Configuration. We just use the default configuration, and as you can see, it is PDFA, but it's PDFA 1B, so it does not comply to PDF UA standards. So okay, let's refresh and come back to it later. Now we're going to select the same PDF, my PDF, and we are going to convert it to PDF UA. As you can see, less than 2 seconds, we have a response. So this is the PDF. There it is, downloaded. Now let's go back. Okay. Okay, downloads. So this is the resultant document, as you can see from my downloads. And yeah, let us give it a try. As you can see, it passes the validation test. So it is a valid PDF UA document now. And all that took us in the backend probably less than 5 lines of code. And yeah, the
So
next
in that this is a live demo, but it's something that could be easily automated to just run through hundreds of PDFs.
exactly. That's how most of the clients use it, just to automatically or run just to automatically convert a PDF for storage, or to it's probably done in batch processes as well.
And this website Vera is a can we talk quickly about what Vera PDF is?
Oh yes, sure. Yeah, if you go ahead.
Okay, so Vera PDF is one of so they have a validation service. They're also involved in like pushing the usability of the PDF standard forward. And they have tools for easily verifying that the PDF does meet those standards. And yeah, as we saw just now, the PDF UA conversion in our application does exactly what it says. So
Yeah. All right. Now moving on to what I could say is the most in-demand function from for IronOCR, which is to make documents searchable. So if you just give me a moment to grab this document.
so this is an existing PDF that is not
Yes.
currently searchable.
Yes. So this is a scanned PDF. So it was collected basically as basically as a scanned image and then add it to a PDF. So it's basically right now it's only an image. So as you can see, when we load it in, we are unable to select the text. I'm trying to click on it. So
So
all
this
of
might have been scanned with a like a standard Office scanner and then
yes,
output as a PDF.
exactly. So this is helpful for digitization, but in terms of reducing the load of searching, you cannot really search for this document because there's no text layer. So it's basically an image. So if we're to
So
turn it,
this isn't in this form. It's not going to cut down on efficiency. It's just a digitized copy of the original document. So there's no way to search for it, and you'd have to know where to look.
yes, exactly. So you'd have to still, you cannot use, say, you cannot use a search engine to search for this unless by name, or obviously maybe by file name, but to search for it by content. So you might want to cluster different case files from a certain time period. And if you don't know, because all of them are recently digitized, so they're gonna have similar, creation dates. But check, if you can check the date, if you can search for the date, you can search 1972 or 1973. Then you can you'll be able to search through many documents to find documents not by their name but by subject matter or
Well, a keyword search.
keywords exactly. So
Right,
yeah,
let's see it in action.
yep. So opening it now, we're going to take the same document, open it, and make it searchable. So it's running now, and it's done. As you can see, very fast for for OCR. It's pretty fast. Now we download the new file, and so this is the original. Gonna pull the recently created document now. So as you can see, now we can read we're able to search through the document. So if we click Control F, we can search for condal. So if we're looking for all the documents, for all the documents that are run by Dr. P.N. Condal, then we're able to find them if we're using a good search engine. So that's how easy it is. Again, as I mentioned, this is only a few lines of code, and all the documentation is there on our site. We have support 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So if you're having trouble setting this up, you can talk to them as well. Now, moving to our last use case, we will have so if the scenario is that you get a lot of letters that are similarly formatted, a lot of receipts, and you just want to know the total amount or the total price for each receipt, you can, or just maybe you have a purchase order and you just want the purchase order number. The way to do it is right here, as I'll show you. Just give me a moment. And then, so here we have our document, our purchase order document. And using this, we are trying to select a specific area and extract the data from there. So we have our rectangle box setting configuration here. So the X and Y positions are where to start the drawing from, and the width and height are to specify the size of the box. So I will go for a 200 width, and then maybe a 100 on height. Then for the X position, maybe a 30, move it a bit there. I'm trying to get our address, right? For example, and then for the Y position, I will maybe give it 100. Okay,
So for a
200.
standardized
Yep,
document like this, where everything is always in the same place, you could set up a text box to read just say the address or the PO number, and then,
exactly,
as you mentioned, just the amount.
exactly.
So
So
that would mean the whole document doesn't need to be read, just those specific areas. And then,
exactly.
okay,
And if you're using this for similarly for documents that have the same format, you can reduce the process time by a lot, especially for companies that are running OCR on receipts and they're processing thousands, even hundreds of thousands of purchases a day. You can really reduce your spend on cloud computing and reduce the time it takes for you to extract it because you're not doing it by hand. So whoever before was extracting this information by hand, you can use them. You can deploy them somewhere else where they will be providing more value to the organization. So now that we have
that's a
our
massive
area,
increase in efficiency, money saving,
oh yeah,
ease. Yeah, I reckon that's definitely a huge benefit.
yeah. So now moving forward, we're going to now read. So as you can see, it reads the information just as it is written here.
Yeah, and that was much, much quicker because it's just reading that small area.
Exactly. Yeah. So uh, just for demonstration's sake, most of these are going one PDF at a time. But as Darren mentioned, these are meant to be uh, high volume, high throughput activities. And if you're having trouble implementing them as such, we have 24/5 coverage for live chat support and also email support. And you can contact us whenever, and we'll be able to guide you through the best practices of deploying this. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the end of our demo. Moving back to the slideshow now.
So moving on to on from the capabilities of the library, we're going to be covering the licensing. So the first thing that is important about our licensing is that these licenses are perpetual. So all of these license prices that you see in front of you are or can be a one-time purchase. So you can buy the license once and then you can use that license in your application forever. So think of it as a lifetime license. Each license includes what we call product updates and support coverage. So every license includes 1 year of support and updates for free, extendable to 5 years, and that is going to give you support from our engineers and allow you to update the product to every version that we release within that product update coverage. So that version at the end of your coverage, that's the version you can use forever. Which license you need, though, is dependent largely on the number of developers that are going to be using the license, using the library. So we have a wide range of options, starting from the left-hand side. The light is for one developer to make one project and one location, which is counted as a city. If you start with a light license and then you find yourself, your development team starts to grow and you want to add more developers or more development machines, then you would then upgrade to the Plus license if you start at the light. You can upgrade to any license that you see. So if you started a single project and then you decided you wanted to move to using IronOCR in a wide range of projects, you can then upgrade to a professional license, unlimited, if you're finding a lot of uses, and each level is only charged at the difference between the next one. The licensing is based on the, as I mentioned, the developer, which is the use of the debugger in your IDE. So if you're, for example, have a machine that you travel with, that one machine could be, you may need a Plus license in that scenario to cover multiple locations. If you have multiple developers, that's when you're going to start rising in a license level. As the level increases, we do offer more support options. So for example, if you went with the unlimited license, we have obviously email support for every level, live chat with our engineers, but unlimited gets premium options like screen sharing, Slack Connect, which is quite popular among larger companies especially. So that puts you in our Slack communication channel and you have direct contact with not just our support engineers, but our developers as well will see those conversations. All of our licenses, we're very confident that that you will get exactly what you need. All of our products are supported by a 30-day money-back guarantee. We, as Chipego has mentioned before, like our engineers will provide support for people that are testing our libraries. We provide trial keys. So if you're evaluating our library, you don't have to purchase a license up front. We'll work with you to get your proof of concept, evaluation, testing up and running. And then once you're satisfied, the product is working, it does what it needs to do, purchase a license. And then if you still change your mind, then we have a money back guarantee. Moving on to the second component of our licensing is the royalty-free redistribution options. These are only available from Plus, Professional, and Limited, so not included with Light. OEM redistribution is for commercial software that you are selling to your customers as OEM software or paid access as a SaaS service. There is another level called SDK redistribution, where you're directly exposing the API of IronOCR to your customers. And yes, the last one, the support and update options. As I said, 1 year free for all purchases, which is extendable to 5 years with the initial purchase. After that product support and update coverage has expired, as I said, the license is perpetual, so you can use that license forever. If you do want to extend that coverage, then we have options for, again, extending support and updates, which are optional, and we don't penalize people for late renewals. So you could decide that after the first year free, you don't want to receive support and updates. But then later down the line, we've introduced some new features. Maybe you need help implementing those. You can then purchase a support and update renewal, and it's the same price as if you carried on your support and updates from on day one. So you could purchase the same thing 5 years later, and it's still the same price to everyone.
Darren, for the support, how many incidents are allowed per licensing level?
That's a great question. It follows on from our commitment to give full support to people that are testing and using our products. So there's no limit on support tickets. You can ask us as many questions as you need to, and we'll be there to help you. Compared to some of our competitors, even with their enterprise level support, they limit you to a certain number of tickets. But with IronSoftware, there's no limits for support.
That's one more question from the audience. Is the OEM redistribution a recurring cost?
No, so same as with the initial license purchase, which is a one-off purchase. OEM redistribution also is a one-off purchase, in addition to the license. So once you have it, there's no requirement to keep on paying for it. One time only.
Okay. Okay. Right. Before we move on, there's one more question. Can IronOCR read handwriting? Oh, I will answer this. Unfortunately, currently we cannot read handwriting, but I can tell you that it is on the way. I will not give you a timeline, but it is definitely in our future plans. Thanks.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. Okay, maybe we can move on to the next slide.
I'm just getting another question from how much would it be if I have 3 projects but 4 developers? 3 projects and 4 developers. So for that scenario, that would require a professional license. So the Plus license is limited to the 3 development machines, 3 projects. If you found yourself that you wanted to increase the number of either developers or projects, the professional license is the next level up. If you started on a Plus license and you wanted to upgrade to professional, then we don't require a brand new license purchase. We just upgrade the existing license. That would create a new license key and then just gives you the increased allowance.
Great. I think that's all the questions for now.
Yep. So, the next slide is I touched briefly at the very start. IronOCR is part of a suite of document processing libraries. So where you see IronOCR is available in light for one developer, one project, one location. Suite starts at Plus. But the pricing is very competitive for 10 products that we currently produce. So the suite price is basically double the single product price. So you're paying for 2 products essentially, but you're receiving 10. That is, in my opinion, a great deal. We're expanding our document conversion libraries to include, we have IronOCR, Iron Word, Iron PowerPoint, um, as well as a lot. Yeah, there's lot and there's more coming, which is a benefit of the suite. Like if you purchase suite as it is now with the 10 products, you then gain access to the new products as they're released. And yeah, our full document conversion suite is priced very competitively compared to some of our competitors. Any more questions?
Yes, I believe we have a question. So this question says, we just moved from another document API. They had a messy stack that didn't work together. Can I ask if your products were all built by you, or did you acquire them and just sticky tape them together? Okay.
Yeah, no, all of our products are developed in-house by our development team. So they are designed to work together. The way they work together is always improving. Yeah, it's meant to be that you can take a PDF from IronOCR and just instantly pass it to, say, Iron PDF without any steps in between. It's just the information is there and available to be worked on. Yeah.
Okay, good. So there's some other questions in here about what developers mean, So could you, I know there's some slides about that. Could you just move into that now?
Yes. Yeah, so this is taken from our licensing definitions. The way we define a developer is a machine that is doing debugging. So that is running, compiling, building code. So if you've got say a work laptop and you have the license key installed and you're editing the code, that's one developer. If you then say take your work home with you, you've got a home desktop, say, and you also edit the code on that machine, that is also considered the second development machine.
Okay.
And that's reliant on the presence of the debugger within the IDE.
Okay, so that won't count for deployments or QA,
No, none of those.
testing service.
So it's
Okay.
just within your development life cycle. It's the first stage where you're developing, editing, modifying the code. So once you've moved it onto like the test staging servers, QA, user acceptance testing, and into production, none of those servers will count towards the developer count because on those machines you're not developing the code, you're just testing. So typically in those stages, the debugger isn't present.
All right. All right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was very clear.
I'll just mention, going back to my previous example, if you have a work laptop in the office and then you take that work laptop home, as long as your office and your home are in the same city, that counts as one location.
Okay. Okay, now I think it's time, Darren, for our giveaway. So oh, do you still have more to go over?
Yeah, I've covered this, the SaaS OEM paid subscription services, packaged software that you're selling, distributing to your customers. That's just the definition of what those are. So if you're using, if your project is intended to be sold to customers, that's when the SaaS OEM redistribution add-on is required. For sort of internal applications, intranet projects, this add-on is not required.
Okay, nice. Okay, is there anything else, or we've covered everything now?
I believe that's the last slide.
All right. Now to the part that we've been waiting for, the giveaway. So we are going to post, we're going to post a promo code below that gives the first 10 users 10% off of any of our licenses. So yeah, if you're watching this, just stay tuned and wait for it. You can get 10% off any of our products, of our base licenses. Yeah. So I think that was it. That was a good one. As we mentioned before, if you have any other questions, feel free to speak to Iron Software support, or if you have any questions about licensing, feel free to speak to sales. So that's support@ironsoftware.com and sales@ironsoftware.com. Yeah. Thank you for.
Yeah, I just wanted to add thanks everyone for attending. Thanks for the questions, putting us on the spot. Hopefully you have all the answers. But as Chippo was saying, yeah, if you have any questions, please do reach out. We're available 24 hours a day, so yeah, to give you all the support you need. Thank you again.